Good morning, everyone. We're live here from East Cobb at the YMCA in Northeast Cobb County, Georgia. And today we have a distinguished group of networkers here, fellow networkers. And I think that you'll find this to be very, very interesting. We're televising this or broadcasting this to a worldwide audience, approximately 400,000 people in our reach between our respective networks. It'll be recorded on YouTube and Facebook and that. Okay, we have a slight little technical issue, but no problem at all. No longer have that technical issue. But the way this will work is each one of the individuals attending this meeting will get up and give a 45-second elevator pitch describing their business and what pain points they actually solve with their respective businesses for the target audiences. And then once that is done, I will present for 20 minutes or so on using LinkedIn to up your game and taking your business to the next level. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce our first person from the networking, Melissa Watkins. Melissa, would you please come up?
Hi, Melissa Watkins, and I am a public relations counselor that you can hire. Have you ever seen businesses that are, especially your competitors, that are everywhere? Irritatingly so. They are volunteering at local events. They are in the newspaper. Their employees are getting interviewed. They are subject matter experts. They are they're educating through blogs. Their presence of website is amazing. They probably have a public relations counselor like myself. So if you want to gain third-party credibility through blogs, news media, being out in the public, you need a public relations counselor like me, Melissa Watkins, public relations counselor.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Karen Vining. I'm the owner of Vining Financial Services, just down the street in East Cobb. I am a financial planner as well as a wealth manager. And what does that mean? That means we do planning. We plan your life. Everybody here is a little bit different and needs a different plan. So we do that and we manage money and other things that need to be done for you. I've been in business over 30 years. My company has been around for over 25 years. And good referrals for me are people that need help, want help. You're getting ready to retire. Do you have enough money? Maybe someone has lost a spouse, especially the women, and they just don't know what to do. That's an excellent referral. I love to help. So if you know somebody who's looking to make sure they're saving enough money for their retirement, make sure they're doing the right things, that would be a very good referral for me. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Trina Griffiths. I am your defense attorney. I'm a criminal defense lawyer here in Cobb County in the metro Atlanta area. And I've been a 30-year Cobb County resident as well as practicing law for the past 30 years. Now that I've practiced law for 30 years, I've grown up, I've decided I want to be a judge. I want to be your next Cobb County State Court judge. A lot of people ask, what on earth is Cobb County State Court? It is the People's Court. It handles misdemeanors, traffic offenses, and most of the civil cases, personal injury and that kind of thing. I have the experience. I've been a prosecutor for 11 years in Cobb County State Court, and I've also been doing defense for the past 13 years. So I am a defense attorney presently. I want to be your next Cobb County State Court judge, Trina Griffiths. Thank you.
Thank you, Trina. Hey, guys, I'm the Deeds to Sales Energizer. All right, here's the deal. My daughter got me this hat. Is this not the coolest hat? If you people on there, if this thing was spun around, there's 1,000 people here that are saying they like the hat. So my daughter got me this hat. It's the greatest thing. I'll tell you the trick. You wake up in the morning and you go, just go get your coffee and you go to work. But if you wake up in the morning and have a hat, you put it on, now I go on an adventure. And that's how sales is. And that's how your business ought to be. And if you want your business to grow and dominate, you got to make sure that your sales team knows what they're doing. Here's a tip for the day. Tell all your salespeople to do this. Grab your phone and spin through it and find a name, any name, doesn't matter who it is, and just call that person. He just says, hey, I was flipping through my phone, complete honesty, and I saw your name and I felt compelled to call you. Do that. You'll find you'll get more business today than ever before. Go get them today. All right, next. Was that right? Because I heard that. Was that my alarm? All right. There you go.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I have to follow that. Okay. Well, my coffee's in. My coffee's in. Hello. Good morning, everybody. I'm Mary Wynkoop, and I am with Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage as a residential real estate agent here in the East Cobb, North Atlanta area. Thought I'd give you a quick what's going on in the area here from a real estate perspective. Tom and I work to collectively dominate the market here. And right now we need inventory. Our average sales prices in East Cobb 30062 is 450,000. Total properties currently for sale are 178, and that's minus 7% from this time last year. We've got about 50 properties that have sold over these last couple of months. Average days on market is 51. And then our average supply of inventory right now is 3.6. Sellers market, Mary Wynkoop, Coldwell Banker. Thank you so much. Look forward to talking to you.
Good morning, Robert Tully of Robert M. Tully Real Estate. I want to speak a moment to those that might be considering selling their home and sharing with you that it matters what is on the outside. Until recently, curb appeal was something that was only observable. And now they have an algorithm that can quantify curb appeal. Two major universities. And what they discovered was that high appeal properties gain 7 to 15% higher selling prices for like homes within same neighborhoods. So if you are considering it, we are experts at imaging and re-imaging property so that you can maximize your sale proceeds. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Mara Lane, Sales Director with Mary Kay Cosmetics, a company whose mission is to enrich the lives of others. What do? I hold pretty parties that are fun, and we play in makeup and find the right skincare product and the right color cosmetics for each individual skin type. It's an opportunity to gather your friends together, to build each other up, to empower each other. But the biggest question I'm always asked is, are you driving that pink Cadillac? And of course, they're shocked when I say, yes, I am. It is a trophy on wheels, and it says I have a lot of successful consultants on my team. Mara Lane with Mary Kay.
Gayle Battersby. I am the community director here at your East Cobb YMCAs. Most of you know about all the wellness, sports, and camps programs that we do, but do you know of all the outreach that we do in your community? Let me share with you. Swim lessons in neighborhoods to help reduce drownings. We do camps for children to make sure that all children have something to do in the summertime. We have little schools, we have 2 of them, to help prepare children for kindergarten that have English as a second language. We provide lunches for hundreds of children while their kids are on break to make sure we're fighting hunger. That's just a few that we do. So if you're looking for a place to donate your dollars in your community that can make a huge impact, I'd love to chat with you today. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Jerry Abiog, co-founder of Standard Insights. We developed an AI-driven growth marketing platform that enables businesses to do 2 things. Number 1, execute data-driven omni-channel campaigns. Number 2, we help them monetize their data to find lookalike customers on Facebook. If you are a business that is looking to be more competitive in a data-driven world, reach out to me. Thank you.
Good morning, YBN. I'm Deborah Switts with Good Friend Mortgage, and I'm your local mortgage lender and mortgage broker. I've been in business since 2003, basically 16 years. And And the good news is it's spring. And spring, what happens? People want to sell their homes and buy their homes. The interest rates are at an all-time low. They're at 3%. So we're here to help get people ready to purchase a home. And with the interest rates being so low, we can actually help them get into more of a home, increase their buying power, such that they can be able to move forward with their lives and increase their net wealth. So our job is to basically help people increase their net wealth. If you know anybody that's interested in getting that home ready, improving their kitchen, replacing their kitchen, get it purchase ready, we're here for you. And we can make that happen. Deborah Switts with Good Friend Mortgage.
John Whatley with Personal System Services. We've been in business in the North Georgia area for over 20 years. And the latest risk that our clients have faced is the Intel security risks that were divulged publicly about 2 years ago. And you're still not fully protected from those, even if you're doing all the Windows updates, Intel updates, or the vendor updates. So we protect you and keep those bad guys out. Keep your tools, your computing tools, working as a tool instead of a headache. John Whatley, Personal System Services.
Good morning. My name is Sabine Williams, and I am the CEO and founder of Legacy CPA Services. I provide a full range of accounting services from if you need help compiling your statements and tracking your transaction, we can certainly help with that. If you need additional technical services, if you already have an accountant on staff, but just want some additional technical questions, answers on how to account for certain transactions, we certainly can help with that. If you need assurance to provide to a banker, an investor in the form of compilation, reviews, or audits, please give us a call. It's Sabine Williams, Legacy CPA Services.
Good morning, Bob Zatarian. I'm a lender with First Bank Mortgage. As part of the financial services industry, my job is to help home buyers and home sellers get involved and help the folks that are interested in buying and refinancing their property. In over a 14-year career, the thing I found most is that people don't prepare for that journey. So my suggestion today is make sure that you contact a financial professional early enough so that when you get ready to do it, it's not a big stress. Home buying should be a wonderful experience. When you have the stress of having to put together a letter at the last minute for our real estate colleagues, it's not a good thing. So I'm more than happy to do things for you in 46 states. I'm Bob Zatarian, First Bank Mortgage.
Hello, my name is Dillon Horner. I'm a home inspector with PPG, and we do home inspections. We inspect homes top to bottom, and what we are really looking for are defects of the home so that you don't have to spend extra money out of pocket when you move in. You don't find a leak a month later down that'll make a ceiling collapse on you, or a roof collapse down, or the entire house collapse down on you. And for good or for me, or anyone who's looking to buy a home or sell a home. And my name is Dillon Horner of PPG Inspections, and we're located coast to coast.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I am Susan Smith Hopkins, and I'm with Your Best Choice Insurance Services. What I do is specialize in helping people with their health and life insurance, assuring them that they will not go broke should they have a major accident or a major injury or an illness. My whole reason for my business is to make sure that folks realize that there are ways to utilize your healthcare dollars that you can be in charge of. Your Best Choice Insurance Services helps anyone, any age, and what I call it is womb to tomb coverage. And I know that that's not very catchy, but I will help anyone, any age, including those that are about to get on Medicare. Susan Smith Hopkins, Your Best Choice Insurance Services, bestchoicehealth.net. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Beth Bilton, and I'm a certified health coach, and I help people achieve amazing lifelong transformations with their health, one healthy habit at a time. I'm sharing this month that February is Heart Healthy Month. So I just want to share a few tips with you this morning, if I may. Did you know that 1 in 3 women will die from heart disease and 1 in 4 men will? But the good news is 80% of heart disease can be prevented with education and action. So real quick, education, know your numbers, know your BMI, your blood glucose, your blood pressure, and your total cholesterol. If you smoke, please stop. Eat a heart-healthy diet, lean proteins, healthy servings of fruit and vegetables. Drink lots of water, 64 ounces a day. And if you are overweight, please lose weight and maintain a healthy weight. Beth Bilton, Certified Health Coach.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Mike Moribaldi. I'm from Centennial Chiropractic in East Cobb, where people of all ages come to get well and stay well. Chiropractic is a safe and effective form of healthcare. It's been scientifically proven to eliminate pain and many other unwanted health conditions. There's a hard bone. When it pinches a soft nerve, it can create pain. You can take medicine for that, but that'll just take away the symptoms. Chiropractic moves that bone off the nerve, gets the body to heal naturally without the use of drugs or surgery. We've been proven to take people away from that paradigm and reduce the use of those drugs by large insurance companies over the years. When you have a problem, come and see me.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Novak with Peak Symmetry Performance, also known as the Muscle Detail Shop. And the best way I can explain to you what I do is I troubleshoot complicated or difficult to resolve muscular system issues. And I work with everybody from one of my ex-collegiate basketball athletes had to get ready to go overseas for his season, and he had had a meniscal injury before. And I helped him get ready to be confident and go back to his season overseas. And then I'm also working with the grandmother of one of my high school basketball athletes who suffered a cancer diagnosis and had some muscular system issues after all the treatment. And I'm just helping improve her quality of life. So that's my range of people I work with. I'd love to work with you as well. Jennifer Novak, muscledetailshop.com.
Good morning, everybody. You're probably wondering, why are we sitting here on live video today? And it's because you want to step into the spotlight and you got to show people what you're made of. And I appreciate that my friend Dan here today talked about you got to bring excitement and energy to the floor. Well, it's great to do it in life, but how do you do it on your digital space? There are 5 places right now that you could actually be found. Google My Business, LinkedIn company pages, Bing, TripAdvisor, and also just thinking about Facebook. So if you're not out there where people can find you, make sure you come and see me. I'm Jim Fuhs with Fusion Marketing, and I'm fired up to help you succeed.
Okay, thank you, everyone. As you can see from the audience, from the stuff up here in front of the camera, we have a very diverse group to specialties in that. People here that have been teachers, small owners, corporate people, transition to second careers and that. So it's a very eclectic and very interesting group of individuals. But this is indicative of what you experience at networking meetings throughout the United States, and particularly here in Atlanta, where we have multiple networking meetings. So at this time, what we'll do, and this is what we're going to continue doing in our meetings that we hold every other week, is going to have an education segment, similar to what they have at some of the other networking groups. And today I'm going to present on LinkedIn. So, and basically, I'm trying to signal. For some reason, we just lost the signal, but okay, it's just as a matter of introduction. My name is Jeff Sheehan, and I've been linked for Facebook and Google for the job search into business groups for the last 10 years here in the greater Atlanta area. And I come from a corporate career where I spent over 20 years with one company here in Atlanta, traveling the world and calling on some of the world's largest companies. Still no signal for some reason. Jim, you want to come up here and entertain?
Sure. So Dan, why don't you come on up for a minute and give us a few of your sales energizer tips, because I think that would be great for this group.
Well, I thought you'd never ask. Give me a microphone here. Well, here's something that's real important that people have to learn when they're going in any kind of sales situation. Anybody could learn this. Real easy. There's 4 reasons why people don't worry about how to sell. It's really tough to kind of learn that skill, and no one's going to go after it that way. But it's kind of easy to learn why people buy. And if you can master that, you got a much better chance of moving your career forward. So as luck would have it, there's only 4 reasons why people buy. So you can remember that, right? I mean, you could remember that, right? So 4 reasons. First reason is, you might want to write this down. We have a board here. You might write. The first reason is they like you. So write that down. I like it. That's number 1. Number 2 is they trust you. By the way, which one do you think is more important? Who says like? Who says trust? Oh, okay, now I got a question for everybody, even you watching here. But only for the women. All right, we got women here. This question is only for women. How many of you women have ever gone out on a second date? Not a first date, a second date with a person that you didn't like at all, but you trusted them. Yeah, no hands are up, okay? So the point is, it's like, all right? Now it very quickly goes to trust, right? But if you don't start with the like, gets you in the door, okay? So work on how to get people to like you. We could talk about that later because I'm just stretching here. All right, number 3 is they believe you. So they like you, they trust you, and then they believe you. Now, belief is your history. What you've done in the past, how long you've been in business, basically your resume or your CE or CV. But what happens is job seekers, and when you're looking to get a new customer, what's the first thing you lead with? Many of you did it when you came up here today. Yeah, the first thing you look, I've been in business for 6,000 years. I've lived here forever. I've done this, blah, blah. That's number 3. That's number 3. Don't lead with number 3. Lead with number 1. Get them to like you. And so you're giving yourself a disadvantage by starting with talking about yourself and your history. Most people are thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about you. What's your name, by the way? John Whatley is the best guy here. He's just sitting there smiling, Whenever you're speaking with someone, you're always looking for the crowd for the person who's smiling. You want to key on that guy. John Whatley. And what do you do, John Whatley? Computer services. So if anybody needs computer services, it's John Whatley. That's what you get when you smile at me. An advertisement. All right, so where are we? They like you. What else? They trust you. And what's next? They believe you. Okay, number 4 is they'll have a desire to do business with you. And that's the key. Now, when they like you, they trust you, they believe you, you kind of already made the sale, but you don't know if they have a want or a need yet. That want or a need is that desire. I'll tell you how it manifests itself in real life. You ever drive down the street and you see 2 girls on the side of the road selling lemonade? How many people have you stopped your car and stopped there, turned around, and got out and bought lemonade from 2 girls on the side of the road? Everybody's raising their hand, right? Here's the kicker. You're not even thirsty. It's not like you were just dying. I was thinking, I woke up this morning, you know what I want? Country time, lemonade, watery, and awful. That's what I want. You never wake up and want that. But your desire to make those girls feel good forced you to make that purchase, forced you to make that sale. What if your customers were like that about you? What if your interactions with them were so special that they found a reason to use you? And it starts with them liking you, trusting you. Like this Mary Kay person here. Are you kidding me? And and the proof is you know, you got to trust that she's good at what she does because she drives the pink Cadillac. You know, but all that stuff happens real quickly. But
she's driven the pink Cadillac for how many years?
How long?
40 years.
Yeah, and it still works. You know, it still works. So the same stuff that you do, your trust, it keeps building up and get better and better, but you still have to do all the things. If she didn't come up here and smile and be likable and all that, so what are the ways that you could quickly be likable? Give me some ideas. Yes, smiling is just key, and you know, and it's free. I know I can't be the only Jewish guy in here. I'm telling you, it's free. You just got to do that stuff. You know, I used to do. So I'm from New Jersey originally, right? And I used to play this game in New Jersey because it's the law that if you smile at somebody, you see, they have to smile back. You know, that's just what it works. And so in New Jersey, I would play this game that I'd walk down the street and I'd smile at somebody. Yeah, they smile back, I win. You know, so I got a point. You know, I never lost. So I came here to Georgia to visit a friend, Joel Haspel, nice guy, and he's there, and I said, I'm here. And so I'm walking down the street, first day, I'm walking down. Somebody looks at me and smiles. I'm like, oh my gosh, I lost for the first time in my life. I'm thinking, I got to move here. You know, this is great. So that's something. I took a hitchhiking trip. I'll tell you how it works in your life. I took a hitchhiking trip back 1988, 89. I had my first business was a deli in New Jersey, and I had this deli for like 4 years. My friends were coming home from college. I didn't go to college. I'm like, man, I think I missed something, you know? And so I said, I got to, you know, find myself. So I went on this hitchhiking. It turned out to be 8 months, took no money, just got jobs along the way. It was awesome. And one of the jobs I got was as a beer vendor at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Is that not the coolest thing ever? You know, I'm sitting there, beer here, beer here. You know, sometimes I yell peanuts. I didn't have any, but I liked yelling peanuts. It was just fun. And so I had this one section, and they wouldn't buy from me. You know, they're like, no, we're waiting for Charlie. I'm like, what? I'm like, it's Busch Stadium. It's Budweiser. That's what we're selling. It's Budweiser. Everybody's beer is the same. And they say, no, we're waiting for Charlie. So I got to find this guy, Charlie. I found this guy, Charlie. This guy, he was like a big, just a kind of beautiful, just, you know, lovable just guy. And this guy, Charlie, would make $400 to $500 a game on tips in 1988, 89. So I looked at this guy, I said, how do you do this? You know? And he looked at me, he put his arm around me. He was an older guy, and he said, boy. And when someone said it the way he said it, you're listening, you know? He said, boy, I smile more than you. That was it. And then he hit me with this little number. He said, smiling will make you money. It still works. It still works. And why does it work? Because it does the first thing. It makes them. Yeah, so I'm going to give you, here's a quick test, one last one, and then we're done. Am I still going here? I mean, this is like magic. Oh, more? Stretch? Okay. All right. This is good. You know, remember to tip your waiters and waitresses. We got stuff. And try the veal. So, okay, so here's a little test. What I want you to do, everybody, even you people watching right now, I want you to smile, but like really smile. Smile like you're trying to get your ears wet. I mean, like big. Smile like you're trying to eat a banana sideways, like you're really going after it. And while you're smiling, I'm going to ask you to do something, okay? 1, 2, 3, go. All right, now, be in a bad mood. I mean, you can't do it. This thing needs to be spun around. We got a big audience here, and you guys, okay. Yeah, you literally can't do it. So remember this. It's not the mood that makes the smile. It's the smile that makes the mood. You could change the way you act. You can change the way you walk in. You can change the environment of an entire room by you walking in with that positive attitude and that smile. It starts with yourself first. Every morning, I make I cold call usually from 7:30 to 8:30. I don't do it here today. And I cold call from 7:30 to 8:30 on businesses and manufacturers. Most people aren't there. By the way, who do you think is there at 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning? Secretary, actually the owner. The secretary, they don't come in until yeah. So you want to get the owner? That's okay. You were this close. I mean, you were almost there, but at least you have the guts to scream it out. The rest of you are down here. Okay, so what's your name? Beth. And what do you do?
Health coach.
Beth is a health coach. I was almost dead this morning before I met Beth, and now look at this. I mean, these guns. Are you kidding? So see Beth if you're feeling lousy. What was I saying?
Who's in the office first?
Yeah. So I cold call in the morning from 7:30 to 8:30, not to get any business. I mean, you will get business, but not to get any business. I don't do it for them. I do it for me. I do it for when I actually am meeting a real client, when something's going on, when I'm meeting a great prospect. It's not my first flipping call. You know, I got to get ready. I got to get in the zone. I got to get in the right position. I got to feel it inside. And you can do that each time you talk to a new person, each time you meet someone, each time you make somebody else smile, you're reselling it to yourself. And then it becomes you. And once it becomes you, then it's not an act anymore. And then you're home free. I actually have a little mantra that I do. It's a little idiotic. I'm kind of embarrassed to do it. But being that I'm in front of friends, and the 3 people that are watching this live stream. So this is what I do. I have this little thing. I do it 30 times a day before I walk into an important meeting, or when I'm about to make a call or about to do something. I have this little thing in my head that I do, and I say, I lead, not follow. I believe, not doubt. I create, not destroy. I make the news. I don't watch the news. I'm a leader. Force for good. I'm a force for God. I set the standard. I defy the odds. Stand up. I take charge. I win. But I don't say it like that. I say it like this. I say, I lead, not follow. I believe, not doubt. I create, not destroy. I make the news. I don't watch the news. I'm a leader. I'm a force for good, force for God. Set the standard, defy the odds. I stand up and take charge. And then I walk in. I'm like a flipping animal. I mean, you couldn't say no to me if you tried. You know, and I like it. You know, if you do stuff like that. Okay, so that's how do you get people to like you? And by the way, don't be me. I don't mean it, and I'm the most, immodest person around. I'm not saying this to be modest, but don't be me. I'm telling you, you don't want, whatever. People always say that, oh, please don't be, I'm trouble. You don't want to hang around with me. No, it's not that. I mean it true. You got to be yourself. I had this situation when I was a boy. My first business I was 18. I somehow wrangled my college money from my parents and bought a butcher shop in the neighboring, so they couldn't do anything, They hate me. And so I had this butcher shop, turned it into a deli, and I had my first deli. And listen, I was going to make this thing work. It's just like when you first got started in your business, that kind of energy that you have. I will make this thing. I would die before this thing didn't work. And the first year, I worked 365 days. Because that's how many days there were that year. Yeah. And the next year I worked 363 days, not because I was lazy, but Christmas and New Year's fell on a Sunday that year. So, what the heck? Throw caution to the wind in there. And I was going to make this thing go. And so at the beginning, and this is kind of how I am. I was telling, what was your name? Robert. I was telling Robert earlier, we were talking about being a morning person and not, and this is how I am at 5 a.m, 8 o'clock, but 5 a.m, I'm ready to rock and roll. And I had a guy who came in the afternoon, and his name was Paul, never forget him. And Paul comes in and he says, listen, Deej, I like you, like the business. I'm rooting for you. He goes, you drive me crazy in the morning. He says, I can't come in here. You're singing and doing all this stuff. I would make songs for people. It's very annoying. And so I changed, because I was going to make this thing go. But my dad comes to me, little Jewish Frenchman with his accent, had only a 6th grade education, lost his dad in the war, the whole thing, and in Auschwitz actually. And he, anyway, so he didn't really give me much advice, but the stuff he gave me was really good. And whenever he would give me advice, it would start like this. He'd say, Danny, Danny, he says, in this country, and then he would give me his stuff. That was his thing. So my dad comes to me and he says, sees how I'm acting, and he says, Danny, qu'est-ce que tu fais? What are you doing? Where's my son? told him the story. And my dad comes to me and he says, Danny, let me tell you, in this country, he says, be yourself. He says, your customers, your employees, and your friends will become a reflection of yourself. And if you're not yourself, one day you're going to wake up at 50 years old surrounded by a bunch of people you don't like and don't like you, and that's no way to live. And people can feel it. I'm not telling, if you're not a morning person, don't be a morning person. Now, don't complain. No one likes to complain. Don't complain. But don't be a morning person. Be real. Be your life. You'll attract people. Your son's story? Oh, he's giving me, as if I can't riff on this crowd. He's giving, does he have any idea who he's dealing with? You want to talk about LinkedIn? We can do that too. Yeah, be yourself. Because people can catch insincerity right off the bat. And you know what it is? It's unlikable. You lose it right at the front. I wish you people watching this could see all the head nods. This is like so good for my ego. Yeah. By the way, which is what people are concerned with too. When you're meeting somebody for the first time, you know, understand this is a lot. You know, whole sales process, getting someone to like you. It's a lot like, you know, I don't know how people meet other people nowadays, but it used to be you would meet somebody and actually talk to them. And how you do that when you want to get somebody to, you know, be interested in you, or you want to let them know you're interested in them, there's certain kind of rules to follow. You know, one of them is smile, you know, because generally you'll cause them to smile, and it's tough to be in a bad mood when you're smiling, so you got that. Number two is to offer a compliment. And, you know, compliment can be anything, nice shoes, you know, you have a nice smile, whatever you're going to say. But it's the same thing in business. Because when you're complimenting, or when you're finding something to compliment, who are you talking about? Them. When you're starting with number 3, trying to get people to tell you how great I am, who are you talking about? They don't care about you. They care about them. I mean, like, Jeff, come here. I'm going to give Jeff a round of applause. There you go. Okay. You know, just for setting this thing up so well. Okay. So Jeff.
It's not a thing.
No. Jeff, so who is the most important person in this room? I'm asking you.
You are right now.
Okay. So that's how you know he's lying. Okay. All right. Really, who's the most important to you? Who's the most important person in this room?
If it's me, if I'm speaking, yes.
Yeah, so
yes.
It's you. Okay, got it. Okay, so now, we're not done yet. Who would be like a perfect client for you? The CEO of AT&T? Would that be good?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's say you're in the room, you and the CEO and the guy from AT&T. Let's say his name is Whatley. All right, let's say, I don't know what his name is. Okay,
John.
Okay, John. But John is the CEO of AT&T, and it's just you and John in the room. Actually, we can't use him; that'll ruin the whole thing. So, just you and the CEO. Who's the most important person in that room?
He is the CEO, without question. And you want to ask questions of him and personalize it as much as possible, address his needs. How's your day going? What are some of your interests? And talk about him.
All right, so you see he's setting this up so perfectly. Okay, so now, I'm not done yet. It's you, the CEO of AT&T, and God. And God's talking only to you. And God says, Jeff, one of you two has to die. And you get to pick. Who are you going to pick?
I'm the most important person in the room.
Okay, good. All right, give him a round of applause. Okay. So the point is, in every situation, you, of course, are the most important person in the room, but the other person, foolish as they may be, thinks that they are. And they're thinking about their own situation. They're thinking about their own, you know, the pain in their, you know, in their leg, their back hurts, or they're thinking about all that stuff. They have their own issues. And there are 3 words. This is magic. There are 3 words that literally repel your customers from you. I mean, the more you say them, the less chance you have of having a connection. Those 3 words are I, we, and us. I see you're writing them down. Those of you who are listening to this in your car, pull over and write this down. Did I mention my book? You know, there's 3 words. Oh, there's 3 words that will help your career. It's buy my book is another one. But no, but there are 3 words that attract people to you. And the more you use them, the more you will attract people. Those 3 words are you, yours, and we're in the South. What's the last one? Y'all. Y'all, right. Okay, yeah. You, yours, and y'all. People will respond to that. You know, I am beautiful. Shut up. You are beautiful. And you're listening. So the more you use those words, the better you'll be. And the more people will want to buy from you instead of you have to sell for them. I guess I should tell I have to finish eventually here. I'm going to tell my son's story. Gosh. But listen, if you just take that, by the way, my book, as long as I'm here, Sales Proverbs, Wisdom. If you think this is good, that thing, I mean, takes you to the promised land. It's on Amazon. Just pull up Sales Proverbs and get it. Here's the spiff. If you buy the book, send me a receipt. I'll give you a 29-minute free one-on-one consultation to help your message direct it to your perfect marketplace and give you the right delivery system. Say the right words to attract people instead of repel them. So my son, did I mention Sales Proverbs? Where do you get it, by the way? Amazon. Okay, Amazon. Amazon Sales Proverbs. You'll get, and send me the receipt that you bought it, and you'll get a free 30 minutes. So my son, I learned all this stuff from my boy. My boy, Matthew, great kid. We found out when he was like 11 years old, he was unbearably dyslexic. Not like normal dyslexic, where it's hard to read, kind of dyslexic, like everything's upside down, spinning, the wrong words, it's just brutal, nerve-wracking. We used to call it Sunday night disease. And he could force himself to get sick, not to go to school on Monday. Unbelievable. So I'm in his room at 4:30 in the morning, because that's when he's awake, and that's when his brain worked. And we're doing homework with him. He's in 6th grade. And I'm sitting there in the bed, and he's just trying to read. And I'm like, the word says, and I'm an idiot because, I'm a boy, and I'm looking, I'm like, it says the, but he sees and I'm like, how do you not, how do you not see that, And he's like, and he looks up at me. That like kind of angelic thing that kids can do. And he looks at me and he says, Daddy, he said, I'll give you 12 years, but I am not going to college. He was letting me know right there it was done, I said, all right, son, well, what are you going to do? He said, I'm going to start a business. I said, okay, whatever. As luck would have it, a week or so later, we had this terrific storm in the neighborhood. It was like one of those good storms where people are milling about and there's carpet in the streets and neighbors are talking. It's like Halloween, when you meet your neighbors on Halloween. So it was like that. And Matthew, we're walking around, and he looks at me and he says, Dad, I bet you they'd pay us $100 to take that carpet to the dump. Next thing I know, he's knocking on a door. I got a load of carpet in the back of my truck. We're driving to the dump. What the heck just happened? $100. And so I watched this kid who can't read develop a whole business in his head. He started this little junk removal business. Came home, made some flyers, and then here I am following like a big goofball with the truck. He's knocking on doors. How many of you knock on doors? How many of you go visit? You see, you do great. What's your name? Susan's awesome. What kind of business are you in, Susan? Awesome?
Well, insurance.
Right. Have you done it recently?
Well, a cold call.
Yeah, it still works. It still works because most of the people you're going to deal with are human. And it's still, so it doesn't work on lawyers, but on most human. And so I'm there with Matthew, and I follow him with the car. He knocks on doors, and if someone has like an old chair or a table, or you ever see people with an old lawnmower on the side of their house? So they'd pay him to take this stuff. And what he found out is like the lawnmower is made out of metal. You can take that to the recycling place, you get paid again, He's 11 years old. His first day out, the boy made $250. I said, oh my gosh. I go, Matthew, this is crazy. I go, how do you do this? Looks at me. He says these words. I'll never forget them. Daddy, you just don't understand. I said, all right, son, enlighten me. And so he had the chair like here, and he goes, Daddy, you think these people are giving me these old chairs and tables and lawnmowers because they want to get rid of their chairs and tables and lawnmowers? I said, I think the word I used was duh. He says, no, Daddy. He says, they're giving me these things because it makes them feel good to do business with an 11-year-old. That little bastard. Because he innately knows, and it may actually be a function of that dyslexia, but he innately knows what his value is. He innately knows what they're buying. And I would tell you that the more you know that what you're buying, what your customers are buying, the better off you'll be. It's not what you think you're selling is what they're buying. And if you could find out what they really want to buy, like for the chiropractor, get rid of my pain. If you've got pain anywhere in your lower back, in your legs, or in your neck, we could relieve that. That's what they're selling. That's what they're buying. Get rid of my freaking pain. If you're having a hard time waking up in the morning because of pain, come and see me for a free consultation. We'll get it done right there. That's how you got to present that stuff. If you're looking for a great outing, or if you're looking for a great Valentine's, it's not going to cost an arm and a leg. If you're looking for something that's going to last, come on with whatever your product is. But you got to find your message and then deliver it to the marketplace that is buying that by asking that thing. I can give you a consultation on that. All you have to do is buy my book. It's Sales Proverbs. Send me the receipt and you'll get a free 30-minute. We'll work that whole thing out. Matthew did say one last thing, and then I think I got to leave. I think I've done somebody's 20-minute thing. Matthew did say one thing which was really awesome. He said, Daddy, I got like 2 years left of cuteness and it's over. But it's actually not true. He's actually parlayed that into an actual real business. He's 21 now. He's got, he went to college, by the way, for one day. One day. He quit after the first day. He started this college business. I watched him go out, buy a new truck and a trailer, a dumping trailer. I watched him spend $29,000 in $100 bills with money that he earned in high school with this stupid junk removal business. He currently has 2 trucks now, 2 dumping trailers, some employees. The boy bought a house. He lives there in East Cobb near Sprayberry. He's 21 years old and he still can't read. But like he says to me, Daddy, I could pay people for that. And you guys can too. So go get them tagged. I wish nothing but good things to happen to you all for the rest of your life. Sales Proverbs, Amazon, and we'll consult it. And thanks for putting up with me. I winged that whole thing.
I know
for
you did,
That was
but you're good. And give a round of applause for Jordan. And I'd like to thank him again for speaking here today. Extemporally, is a fellow for 10 years. He's also someone that does a lot in the community with regard to volunteering. He's been a volunteer for many years in helping job seekers find work. So I really salute him for that.
That was the best disaster recovery.
Absolutely. No, totally. But when you have Dan Jordan in the audience and you're able to call on him, you have someone to the plate. He's a certified sales trainer and does some amazing things. I think he's almost cold calling and salespeople out there. If anyone I've ever encountered in my 4 decades of it's really a pleasure to have you, come up here and speak, help everyone out. Unless anyone has any further questions, I'd like to conclude the will be 2 weeks. And thank you again for attending and for such a lively performance. Thank you.